Okay, different kind of video today. Different kind of video. Whoa, crazy hair, crazy hair. I'm just gonna go with it. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a video that's a little bit different. I'm going to talk you through the 5 signs that you might have an anxiety disorder. Now that doesn't mean to say that if you have these 5 signs you definitely have an anxiety disorder. It also doesn't mean to say that you don't have an anxiety disorder if you don't have these 5 signs. What makes me so qualified to talk about anxiety disorders? Well, a few years ago I got diagnosed with an anxiety disorder along with chronic depression when I was at uni, and it's something that I have had in me my whole life but I didn't know about. And I kind of feel like if I had known that some of these little dots are part of my personality, if I'd linked those dots, it would have spelled out anxiety crystal clear, and I would have been able to get help a lot earlier, and I would have been able to feel a lot better a lot quicker. So that is why I'm doing this video. So I hope this video helps you, whether you think you've got an anxiety disorder or you're questioning it, or maybe you're here for a friend, maybe you're worried about a friend, or maybe a friend said to you, hey, I have an anxiety disorder, and you're just trying to understand a little bit more for them. Good for you, thank you for being here. Hopefully this helps you guys, so I'm going to crack on now. Sign number 1. So sign number 1 is being really jumpy. This is something that I suffer with terribly, and I would never have linked to anxiety. Essentially, if anyone knocks on the door, if anyone catches me off guard, I literally make this noise. I really wish I didn't. It draws a lot of attention to myself that I wish it didn't, but it does. So being jumpy is the first sign that you might have an anxiety disorder. Number 2 is probably the most common, but maybe something you don't really recognise, is being over paranoid about what people are saying and also not really listening to what people are saying. I put these 2 under the same kind of umbrella because it's basically about misinterpreting social situations, which is exactly what my anxiety is about. I have a social anxiety disorder. I mean, it's linked to other things, but it's at the core of it is social anxiety. So, for instance, you could see your 2 best friends having a chat in the hallway at school, and you literally automatically think they're talking about you, and it's really negative. Like, it's not like a self-absorbing thing. It's not that you think the world revolves around you. It's just that you can't imagine anybody thinking positive things about you or talking positively about you, and you just presume that they're being rude and horrible. The second part to this is also misinterpreting what people say, and I could literally do a whole video on this, so do let me know if you'd find that useful, but it's what someone with anxiety hears versus what's actually being said. For instance, you could come up to me at work and say, hey, have you done that paper yet? And I would literally hear, why haven't you done that paper yet? Are you incompetent? Like, are you an idiot? Why haven't you done that? Just, ugh, you're useless. That is what I hear. And that is completely not what is going on. If you have an anxiety disorder, you just presume everybody is saying, I hate you, and you also think that your friends don't actually like you, they're just putting up with you. And anxiety can make you feel really lonely. So if you are here for a friend, make sure that your friend knows that you are there and you love them, because trust me, the amount of times I've thought that everybody in the world hates me and couldn't possibly think I'm a good person, it's just literally if I had a pound for every time I'd be a millionaire. Number 3 is finding everyday tasks and social situations exhausting. This might sound really strange, but if you have anxiety, your brain is over-processing. It is working at its max all the time. It is jumping from one thing to the next, and that in itself is pretty exhausting, and mentally you are tired. Your brain wants to have a nap at the end of the day. So things like doing your laundry and sweeping up the house and just general chores take a back burner. Also, homework. If you're at school and you're finding it really difficult to concentrate or to even get work done outside of school hours, that is also possibly linked to anxiety. I mean, fun fact about me is I got a scholarship to London College of Fashion, and I failed in my last 3 months because I fell into anxiety and depression pretty damn heavily, and I couldn't actually peel myself away from bed every day. I just literally laid in bed for 4 days on end, wouldn't move, like I wouldn't leave the house, and then only would I leave to go to the shop to get food, and it would never be good food. It would always be like really bad food, and it's just this horrible cycle that carried on and carried on. So basically I was always tired and just didn't want to move, and that sucked. And last but not least is point 5. So This one is possibly the thing that I have done the most growing up, and that my family used to rip into me all the time about, and it used to make me feel really useless as well. Not that because of them, but just in general, I felt useless. And it is forgetting the small things, quote unquote. So your brain, like I said, is super pumped with doing other things and overanalyzing situations that you forget things around you. For instance, phone, keys, wallet, handbag, all of which I lose on a daily basis. It's like a running joke that I need a sitter. Literally, possibly once a week, I leave something behind or I don't pick something up. I've been really lucky in that I haven't got into too much trouble. However, I have been known to leave my phone on the top of cars. I've been known to leave my wallet in shopping trolleys, handbags in restaurants. Just in general, I'm a bit useless in that respect, because my brain is just thinking about other things all the time, like all the time. The other thing is, this is a really good indication. If you like leave the house and you're like, did I lock the door? And you go back and you lock it, and then you leave, and then you come back again and you're like, did I lock it? Like, I do this with my car all the time. I'm like, have I locked it? Have I locked it? Have I locked it? And you're like overdoing it because you just cannot remember if you did it or not. Another sign of anxiety, who knew? So those are my top 5 signs that you might have an anxiety disorder. So what happens now? You've got to the end of the video, you've realised that actually those signs really resonate with you, and you are a little bit concerned that you might have an anxiety disorder. So, first step is talk to someone, whether that's your doctor, a family member, a friend, I don't care who, but just speak to someone and say, hey, I don't feel so good right now, and I think it could be this. I was really adamant I didn't want to go on any form of drugs, any form of prescription medication that meant that I wasn't myself, and I didn't have to. I actually got to go see, like, it's kind of like a psychiatrist, but it's called cognitive behavioural therapy. The word therapy sounded really nasty to me. I just didn't like the idea of going and speaking to someone, but it's actually a type of therapy that's like really about you and understanding your condition. It's essentially like psychology lessons of your condition, and knowledge is 100% power in this case. Once you understand why you're acting the way you are and why your brain is processing things so strangely, you're able to deconstruct the process, you're able to really kind of take back the control, and you're able to let these kind of everyday situations that now really hype you up and freak you out roll right off your back. I'm not going to tell you that I've beaten anxiety. I don't like that term because frankly I'll never beat it. It's something that's embedded in me. However, I am working to get over it and deal with it better in my everyday life, and I would say that from where I am now, maybe 2.5 years ago, I was at a 9 to a 10 out of 10 with anxiety and depression, and I would say now it's about more of a 3, and I can let a lot of things roll off my back, and I'm a lot happier as a person, and I feel more myself than ever. I really feel great. So I really hope this video has helped you. I really hope that you've got something out of this, whether you are here for yourself or a friend or a family member. I'm going to leave some links in the bottom bar below to some really helpful organisations, charities, a lot of references and links if you think that you want to learn a little bit more about anxiety, and I really hope this helps. If you do want to have a video on what people with anxiety hear versus what is actually being said, or whether you want to have a video on my mental health story, do leave me a comment in the bottom bar below, because I'm all about helping and empowering people and making a positive out of something that has been a negative for so long. Really hope that you stick around for some more videos. Do hit that subscribe button, and I hope to see you again next time. Bye guys!